Hey friends, Mud's coming from Reborn Mind, Body, Soul. And if you're watching this, you believe in new beginnings and becoming your own ultimate superhero. Now my intention for this video is to share a technique with you of what I do to knock my days out of the park. Someone recently asked me, hey, what did you do to organize your day? Or I'm having some issues trying to organize my day. And so my intention is to show him essentially, but in that I thought I'd show you guys as well. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it.
On my mind, so say it with hope and
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Alright, we've all heard this. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. No, actually though. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, okay? So pre-planning the day is so essential to taking your success to the next level in anything you do. So what my mentor taught me when I was 25 is a technique on how to plan. So if you want to skip to it, I'll put the time on how to actually get to the technique. But before I do that, let's lay a foundation. So there's a difference between busy work and efficient work. And this is the joy of delegating tasks and putting like a giant to-do list and then forming that into your day and seeing what's important, what's not important. We can often get caught up in just trying to do busy work. I was guilty of that for a very long time, and actually it stemmed from resistance. So what I would do is I would just do things to think that I'm being productive, but I actually wasn't. So my mentor taught me the differences between busy work and efficient work and actually prioritizing tasks to get things done. Now, there are a lot of task managers online through our computer system and on our phone, but there's something to be said to actually doing it this way with a pen and a paper and bringing this with you. And the reason that is when we write, we're activating 10,000 neural pathways within our mind, as opposed to when we just text, we're only, look at this, when we're texting, we're actually only activating 2, and when we're typing, we're only activating 10. So when you are doing your task, it's really important to write it out. Now, there was a study done, I don't know exactly where it was, but there was a study done where there's 3 groups. The first group typed everything out when a teacher was talking. The second group wrote everything out, and the third group just sat. Now, which group do you think learned the most? Well, it's actually to be said that the second best was the people that were just sitting and listening. The first best was the people who wrote down the notes. And they found that the people that typed didn't even remember, because they're not even activating nothing. They're just typing, and they're just like literally like a computer, just typing stuff out. So they actually didn't remember anything when they were tested. So there is a power, you know, there's something when we're ready to get into an idea, want to write up a business plan. No, it's best to write it out first. Write everything out before you just type something out. So that helps us remember. And I want to talk to you about the feeling you get, okay? This is unreal, the feeling you get, okay? Ideally, you want to do this the night before, but when you have a day planned out and you know you go strike for strike and you're getting it down to the 10 minutes, then the day that you're knocking out all your tasks, by the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, if you're on the path to success, which I hope you are, and if you're not, it's all good, and whatever success is to you, but there's nothing that feels better than to knock your day out of the park and strike off everything. And it's really important to actually strike it out too when you do a task, because there's something that feels good. There's like a dopamine release actually when we strike out our tasks. So let's get into it. All right, to start this tutorial, what you'll need is a pen, a sticky pad, or a bigger piece of paper. I've used this size to help you guys. If you want to use a bigger paper, that's great. Typically, I do it on something like this or like this size to help me out with my day. So to get started, what we want to do is we want to put everything we got to do down on paper. Even if you keep a to-do list, a running to-do list on your phone, but then transfer it all on a piece of paper, that works as well. So I'm just going to run you guys through typically what I would do when I was running my business and just go from there. So here's an example of how I would look at my day and all the things I'd have to do in the day, right? So I would have all these tasks that I would have to do for my business, and then I'd have all these tasks that I'd have to do personally, and then I have what I call the basics, the foundations of my day. So what I would do the night before, and this is really important to, if you really want to knock it out of the park, you can do this at the beginning of the day. So for example, this is what I did today at the beginning of my day, and as you can see, we're on film video right now, but what I highly suggest is actually doing it the night before, because that's when you can really knock it out of the park. Then you just gotta, you guide the energy of your day all the way through. So to get started, what I would do is I look at what I have to do tomorrow. Okay, so I'm looking at my business tasks, I'm looking at my personal tasks, I'm looking at my basics. So some of the things that I do at the beginning of my day is, and I'm going to go through a typical day back when I was really on all this stuff. And this is what I'll do in the future. Absolutely. So when I wake up, I'd write like this. I'd start on the wake up. So I'd go wake up. And typically I would wake up around probably around like 6 o'clock. Okay, so I'd write 6 o'clock. I go wake up 6. Okay, from there, when I wake up, I'm gonna meditate. So that's an obvious one. And so what you do is you draw a line like this, and you want to leave a little bit of space just in case you like want to add some stuff in, just in case. But you write a line to kind of time off the block. Okay, so from there I would meditate. Right from there, then I would write out see how I already did it? I would go like this, and I'd write out my affirmations. Like that. And then, from there, once I'd done my affirmations, I would get into the gym. So let's say, so that means I got to drive to the gym. Okay, so how much time does that take? So now it's 6 o'clock. Meditation. Let's go. Meditation will take, I'll do a 30-minute meditation. So waking up, 6 o'clock, meditate. Let's say I'm going to start my meditation around 6:10 realistically. 6:10. Affirmations, meditate till for 30 minutes. So that would take me to 6:40. So let's say I'm going to start my meditation around 6:45. See how we're kind of solving the problem of our day with our timing. So we have a timing. Now it's 6:45. So that means affirmations. I've already packed my gym stuff before, so my bag's already good to go. So it takes me about, let's say, 15 minutes to get to the gym, get ready. So I'm going to enter the gym and work out around 7 o'clock. Okay? And I know I'm looking at my stuff, so I already know, I've already got my gym planned out. I've already detailed my gym, what workout, so I'm going to do legs. It's a leg day. Okay, so working out takes me about 40 minutes, and it's going to take me about 40 minutes, and then I got to drive, come back, and I'll get back home, let's say for around total is probably going to be, realistically, to be fair, I'm going to give it, and it's always nice to give a little extra time, so I'm going to say it's going to take me to probably about 8:30. Okay, so from 8:30, what do I got to do from there? Well, I've already done a lot of my personal stuff, some of my basics, so from there, I'm going to go into my personal stuff. So before I get going in my day, what I'm actually going to do too is I'm going to come home and I'm going to read. This is the last kind of personal stuff. So I go to the gym. That means I got to drive there and I got to drive back. So drive there takes 15 and driving back takes 15. See how you can you leave space, and you can rewrite this out once you're done. You're just kind of brainstorming how to do it. So the drive there takes 15. So I'm going to work out. It's going to take me, realistically, I'm going to give it an extra hour and a half. So that takes me to 8:30. There we go. I'm going to drive back, which takes me to 8:45. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to get home. Once I get home, I'm going to give myself a buffer. So I'm going to basically start reading around 9:30. Okay? From there, I'm going to read for half an hour. Okay? And then get into my personal tasks. Okay? So I'm going to read for half an hour, and I'm going to give a little bit of a free time right here in between this. Just to kind of mosey around. So that free time is going to take me to about, say, 10:30. So now it's time to get into the personal stuff. So I'm going to look on my personal and I'm going to go, okay, well, what is necessary today? Like that I can get going in that. Okay, well, I don't really want to drive back out to get an oil change. I don't want to drive back out to get groceries. Okay, I could call Jeff about insurance. I could pay rent. Oh, perfect. Let's do those ones first. So see how even I would go back and I'd look at this. I'm like, okay, well, I'm driving to the gym. Is that efficient? If I'm driving to the gym, would it be more efficient to go buy groceries at that point, at that time? You know what? I'm probably going to leave again. It's not the time to go buy groceries. So see how you're going to kind of go back and forth between the two to kind of reflect what it is we're going to do. So now that I'm in my free time, it's ready to start doing my personal stuff. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do my calling. And what am I going to call? I got to call the CPP. I've got to call Jeff. And so I don't know really how long that's going to take, so I won't put a time on that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my last, another personal is pay rent and my phone. I'm going to give myself 2 hours. So 2 hours, that takes me to 12:30, okay? Okay? Now, once I've done like my personal stuff, I'm going to need a little bit of a break. So what I'm going to do is, because I need groceries, I can't food prep really, right? So this would be a nice time to food prep, but I can't really food prep. So, all right, so I can't food prep. And I know I'm intermittent fasting, so I'm going to break my fast around 2 o'clock. So I'm going to wait. So I've already done my gym. So I've done my gym. I've done my meditation. I'm going to stretch. So I'm going to add a stretch right in here. So it's going to take me to 12:30. I'm going to add a stretch for 15 minutes. So it's going to take me to 12:45. Okay, now I'm at 12:45. Stretch, took a break. Now it's time to get into my business stuff. So with my business, I wanna look, okay, get my license. That means I have to go drive. I don't want to leave just yet. Get quote. That means I have to drive. Sign permit. Okay, I could do that. That's in my task, so I could sign my permit. And I'll write here biz. Now I'll get into biz work. So sign permit. I can so fixing tank, that's away from that. Buying salt, that's driving. Clean. Okay, perfect. Look at, I can pay rent. Can't paint the wall. I can call Jack. And yeah, that's gonna sign permit, pay rent, call Jack, talk to Jack about the logo, and within that conversation, it's gonna take me about an hour. So that's all. This is actually gonna probably bring me to about, let's say 4 o'clock, give or take. Okay, perfect. So already, check out how much I've already getting done today just by 4 o'clock. But now here comes the good part. So let's see, call CPP, call phone, this. I can't oil change, buy groceries, call Jeff. I signed permit, call Jack about logo, paid rent. I can't get quote or get license. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock. I've stretched, I've read. I need to food prep. So in this time slot, see how I've already done this? I'm gonna break my fast in between. So I'm gonna break, I'm gonna add a break. Break at 2. And I'm gonna eat. So, and I'm gonna break, I'm just gonna set that break. So now I've given myself about a, look at that. It's about a 4-hour window to work, eat, and break in between. So now I got myself to 4 o'clock, okay? What is important now? Well, it's time to leave. It's 4 o'clock. Is it gonna be time to oil change? No, I can't, because the oil change is gonna take, now here's the thought process. Can I oil change by while getting groceries? Well, here, quick, let me look at my phone. Let me bring up the maps, and what I'll do is I'll bring up the maps and see if I can get oil change by a grocery store. So I look up my oil changes. This is still this is still the night before, right? This is me going the night before, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Actually, check it out. The oil change place is actually beside the grocery store. So let me, okay, so that means I'm gonna have to change something at this time. Okay, so that means in here, I'm gonna have to call the oil change place and see if I can do it or not. So I'm gonna have to call the oil change place, see if I can get an oil change and see if they have a time. Okay, let's say it's the next day. For example, nope, the oil change isn't there, can't do it. All right, so no oil change. Like say it's tomorrow and I go through this step and I call oil change, and sorry, we only have a time slot in whatever time. Okay, I won't do that. I won't do oil change then tomorrow. But bring it back to the night before. Okay, great, 4 o'clock comes around. You know what? Why don't at 4 o'clock, I leave at 4 o'clock and I go get the license. Let me go pick up the license. So drive time, let me look in my maps. Okay, it looks like drive time is gonna be about 25 minutes. So I'm done. That means I'm gonna pack to go. It's gonna take me to about 4:15. Means I'm gonna drive. Okay, so the first stop, I already looked. Okay, it takes me 25 minutes. So I'm gonna get to, let's say I'm gonna get to the license, drive to license. It's gonna take me 35 minutes. So I'm gonna be easy with it. It's gonna get me there at 4:40. Okay, let me see that. Okay, now what is in that area while I'm getting licensed? Oh, sweet. Well, while I'm picking up my license, it looks like the grocery store is actually right by it. So why don't I go get groceries? Buy groceries. Okay, well, I buy groceries. That's going to take me, and it looks like it's 10 minutes away. It's going to take me, so it's going to take me about to 5 o'clock. Okay, now, around this time, I'm not really concerned about timing now at this point because it's going to get it more into personal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy groceries. And while I'm buying groceries, I'm going to buy also, then that means drive to pick up my license, buy groceries. And while I'm out on this one, so that means I can cross that out. And that means I can buy groceries, cross that out. What's still left to do? I got to buy salt. You know what? Why don't I buy groceries and I'll go buy salt for the business. Okay, perfect. Now, while I'm out, is there anything else I can do? No, well, I can't. I'm actually not gonna go to the business today, so I'm not gonna fix the tank. I'm not gonna paint the wall. And I can't get the quote because I called Jeff, and Jeff said that no, it's not time to get the quote. Okay, so what's left? Float. Okay, so now I've got all the groceries. Can I go float? What do I need to get? See where it comes in? So now you have to prep what groceries you need. So now it's time to go look in the fridge. You see how important it is to plan the day before? So let's go, grocery. And it looks like I need tomatoes, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Is there anything frozen? No, nothing frozen. Okay, perfect. That means after I buy the salt, I can actually go for a float. All right, and now that we're at our float, the float is we're gonna be there at 6-ish, around 6-ish. I'm gonna float for 30 mins. And then that's gonna take me up here to the last thing. So we're gonna come home. I'm gonna get home for around 7, but now timing, I'm not really concerned. I'm just gonna get the tasks out of the way because I'm at home. So I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna eat. Once I'm done eating, I'm gonna food prep. And food prep's gonna take me till about the end of the day, where the last thing is to think about tomorrow. And then shut her down, free time. And this is what it looks like. I mean, now I've done a bigger version, so it's gone all the way down. I would do this on like a big whiteboard when I had the whiteboard, or I would do this. And so see how you have it like this? I'll show you the next step to how you can make it. And now what you're looking at is the final product. So we've got all the time and the day all planned out with each time right next to it. And as you can see, if you've planned this detailed in your day, you're gonna think about the level of productivity you're gonna have. Think about where you're gonna be at. Now, it may take a bit to create this as a habit. For me, I'm at the unconscious competent level with all this, so I can actually do a lot of this in my head. But actuality, to really iron it out, you wanna pre-plan it. So as you can see, take a look. I went from here, all my tasks, to kind of scrapping it together to there it is. So now I have everything detail orientated. I could take a picture of this, I could bring it with me. And just to give you an example, this is like my day right now. So, you know, now I've done all this. As you can see, it's not as important for me to, and now I'm actually right here as eat breakfast. But as you can tell, it's not as important to the timing for me right now because I'm in a free time. But when you've got obligations, things, businesses, all that you want to do, then to detail it out with time really helps. So I hope this worked for you.